Hi, Marion with Fresh Pair of Eyes. How are you guys?
Hi,
Oh,
Mariana.
hi.
So I'll refer to him as Rob right now, but Robin. He's not Robin yet. But Rob right now is operating in a lot of grief and rage after losing his parents. Semi spoiler alert. And losing his land so much early in life. Do you think this is affecting every decision that he is making and he is being very reckless right now and or do you think he actually has a plan and a goal in mind?
No, I think it's impacting every decision he's making. It's unmooring him, I think from the type of person his parents raised him to be, which is kind of the idea that he has to work through this grief and work through this grief that turns into anger and work through this anger that turns into vengeance in order to become, the sort of the leader of legend, the rebel, the freedom fighter, but starting in that grief, kind of orienting the narrative in that sort of psychic wound is for us very important. We think it gives it a very personal, emotional overlay to the whole show.
We really like the idea of it being a little bit of a rebel without a cause idea
Mm.
in there, and he's a delinquent youth, and there's a lot of adolescent rage, that he doesn't know, he doesn't understand, and the idea of grief and exploring grief in a character like Robin Hood is an unusual thing, and you don't normally, get to see in a lot of these, sort of superhero type characters. You don't deal with grief so much, but it's so much part of basic human emotion and something that we all, experience in life. So it's certainly one of the aspects of the story that I think felt very personal and very important, and how he ultimately becomes an outlaw.
Yes. But what's interesting is that even though everything is such grief and anger and rage right now, he talks about how he learned how to do in the bow and the arrow and how that you have to breathe and be calm. And right now he is great with the bow and arrow. How is he able to have those moments of calmness when he is like all over the place?
Probably a bit of muscle memory.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think literally that. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you're grieving, but you've spent your life being a 100-meter sprinter, you'll still be able to run 100 meters pretty fast. I mean, so it's there, and I think that's actually what pulls him out. That's the thing, that his ability to focus in those moments is what's what drives the story forward in its unfortunate choices. I mean, in the end, it's an unfortunate thing that he remains, skilled with the bow. In a moment, if he wasn't so good with it, he wouldn't have become an outlaw.
Yeah. Rob and Marianne have this instant chemistry and trust, even when they're little, and even later when she's just like, "Sure, I'll go to this wedding." We also see that home's not too great for her either. But why do they have this great chemistry and trust so instantly when they really could be warring families?
They could be. I mean, they're from two different sort of classes. There's this huge class divide in the world, the Norman and the Saxons, and she's the daughter of a Norman lord. He's the son of a Saxon forester. But I think it's like, in that meeting, in that moment, they recognize something within one another, even as children, and it's just that sort of that soul thing. And I think we've all probably experienced that at one point in our lives, whether it's with the person that we married or just a great friend. You just meet someone and there's a reflection of yourself in them, and of how you see the world and value the world and feel about certain things. And that's what's there between them from the beginning. And it leads to this fantastic, beautiful love story in the show, but it's also a part of the broader legend.
Yes, awesome. Well, congratulations on the show. I can't wait to talk about season 2 through 6 and then the movie in theaters.
Your lips, God's ears.
Yes, awesome. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank
All
you.
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Nice to
you.
meet you.